how much that will play out in the polls on Wednesday. All right, so let's go from the northwest to Polokwane and Limpopo to be exact, and we'll find there our reporter Beatrice Makgwale. Beatrice, thanks for joining us. Tell us, what's the situation in Polokwane today? Second day of special votes, but I suppose people are already starting to think about tomorrow.
Well, good afternoon to you, Peter, as well as the viewers at home. I'm here at the IEC Center in Polokwane, and as you can see behind me, IEC officials are on their day-to-day duties to ensure that they prepare for the day. And we can see also, party agents are also visible here. Earlier today, we had a media briefing, with the provincial electoral officer, Makgwale, just to give us an update as to what has happened of yesterday and also to today in terms of special votes and also their readiness for the main day, which is tomorrow. And we know that numerous incidents have happened here in Limpopo. And they stated that out of the voting stations that have received applications for special vote, 8 of them could not open. 4 in Guyane, where also 4 of them, in those 4 of them, the reasons is that community members are protesting for service delivery. And there was an incident where IEC officials were busy executing special votes and they were interrupted by public members who damaged about 93 unused ballot papers and also took off with some of the materials there. And also right now I'm going to speak to Makgwale, who is the provincial electoral officer, just to give us an update as to what is happening in terms of developments with regard to those ballot boxes that were damaged and stolen, and also just for her to give us an update as to how is Limpopo ready for tomorrow's day. Thank you so much for speaking to us. The incident that has transpired in Guyane where ballot boxes were stolen, what are the latest development in terms of that? Police investigating, are there any arrests as yet?
Indeed, police moved swiftly last night and the 2 suspects have been arrested. I must say those are unused ballot papers. They were destroyed with knives and whatever items that these people had, plus our envelopes. So they have been arrested and we're quite excited that they are arrested because they need to account for all these deeds. If you do not want to participate in elections, stay at home. Do not harass or intimidate IEC officials and don't stop them from executing their functions. This is the message we are giving to all people that really want to disrupt this democratic process.
In some of the incidents where officials, they didn't even report for duty because they're concerned for their safety, and in some areas where community members are threatening them. For tomorrow, what is the plan to ensure that their safety is a first priority?
Indeed, we do not want any officials to be injured or their property damaged. So in such cases, we take precautionary measures. We share our plans with the police so that the necessary security arrangements are made for our officials. In some cases, we'll move our officials around so that if I'm from this village and there is a threat on my property, then I'll go and work in another village and people from that village would come and work in my own village. This is just to ensure that there is peace after elections. When the IEC is gone, this person is going to remain in the village. And indeed, we would like to have peace. We do not want anybody to lose their lives because of IEC work.
Speaking about readiness, we know that about 8 voting stations were not opened today, and tomorrow it is the main day. What is it that you're going to do to ensure that people within those stations that were not open are able to cast their ballots?
Indeed, we tried very hard. This 8 voting station was the incident of yesterday. At least in Guyane, as an example, we still have problems with Ward 23. Because in that area, they are now sending SMSs to our officials. Fortunately, they are using cell phones. They don't realize that a cell phone is traceable. So once we know who's the owner of that cell phone, that person is intimidating an IEC official. So that person will open the case with the police so that that person gets arrested, because you cannot actually do that. They can't stop democratic processes. So elections are going to happen tomorrow. All the 3,157 voting stations will open at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Indeed, and I want to emphasize that we are sharing our plans with the police, and with their support, all the stations would actually open at 7 o'clock. In other areas where we had problems, at least voting took place today. It's only in Giyani, particularly Ward 23 and some parts of Ward 24, where we still have problems.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much.
And that was the Provincial Electoral Officer Nkaro Matete. Just give us an update as to what will happen tomorrow, as we know that in this province you've seen numerous incidents that preventing people from participating and voting and casting their ballots. As we know that eyes will certainly be on Limpopo with Vuwani, which is labeled as a hotspot. As we know that residents in that area have been protesting since 2015, against them being under the newly established municipality, Collins Chabane. We'll certainly see what will happen there tomorrow. And she indicated in terms of the cases that have happened in the Giyani area that they will make sure that officials are safe and that people are able to vote. And that's all from me here in Polokwane. It's back to you in studio, Peter.
Beatrice, thanks very much indeed. That's our reporter, Beatrice Makgwale, who's in Limpopo, reporting on this.